Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you guys about buying a new truck, car, motorcycle, boat, whatever, and and finding out the real price, right? What's the actual purchasing price versus the sticker price and all these other numbers that they're going to throw at you. Interest, right? Interest is a really good way to muddy things up, because as you're shopping around from one dealer to the next, you're going to have one dealer that's going to be telling you one interest rate, another dealer that's going to be telling you another interest rate. So how do you figure out what all these numbers means? How are you able to actually compare the numbers that you're getting from one dealer to the numbers that you're getting from a different dealer? Okay, now this here happens to be a 2022 Toyota Tacoma that I just bought about 2 weeks ago, but what I tell you guys applies to anything that you're buying. Now, if you're going to pay for it outright, right? If you're going to be paying it in full, then you just want to know what the out-the-door price is, right? So on a new truck, you'd want to know, okay, what is the check that I'm going to write to you, okay? Because remember, they're going to layer it with a whole bunch of stuff. They're going to add registration in there. They're going to add sales tax. They're going to add a whole bunch of BS. You want to know what is the check that I'm going to write to you so I can get the keys and drive this thing out of there, okay? So, but that's really, really nice and simple. If you are paying cash, okay, that you're obviously going to be able to get an out-the-door price, okay? Now, it's advisable that, hey, regardless if you plan to finance it or not, it's not a bad idea to get the out-the-door cash price as well, because ultimately that's the real price, right? The out-the-door cash price is the real price for whatever you're buying, right? The out-the-door cash price, okay? And again, that's going to include the sales tax and all the administrative fees and all that crap. That's what you're interested in, okay? Now, if you are financing, this is where it can get a little confusing, because you're going to have you're going to have different dealers throwing different interest rates at you, okay? The only thing that you are concerned with, right? The only thing that means something to you is what your monthly payment is going to be and for how many months, okay? Now, if you're going to be making a down payment, that gets added to this, okay? So that's the only thing that you're interested in, right? We got to bring this, don't keep this at a place that is easy for them to work with and confusing for you. You want to bring this discussion away from what's easy from them and bring it to the point that's easy for you to digest and easy for you to compare from one dealership to another, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to find out what your monthly payment is going to be and add to that, and that includes everything that's rolled up into it. You just want to know what your monthly payment is going to be, and if you're putting down a down payment down, add that number to it. So I'll give you guys an example with this truck here that I just bought, okay? We started off with a sticker price of $33,000. All right, not bad. 4-door, V6, $33,000 is not bad, right? But then, that's the top of the sticker, right? Then when you get towards the bottom of the sticker, they add stuff like the stupid running boards that they put on here and a couple of BS that I really didn't need or want, but this was the only truck on their lot, so it was either this or nothing, and I needed to get a truck pretty fast. So you're gonna start, you got that bottom number on the sticker page, right? Again, and that means nothing, okay? Because when you go inside, okay, and the guy, and you tell the guy, hey, listen, I want to finance this. He's going to ask you how many months, 72 months. Then he comes back and he gives you a number, right? Now, the number that what I did want, because here's the thing, I intend to tow heavy with this truck, okay? Right at its max capacity and then some of the 6,400 pounds. So I know that I'm going to be running this truck hard. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the extended warranty, okay? So the extended warranty was, I think it came out to 6 years or 150,000 miles. And there's so much electronics that they put into these trucks that any major job that comes up, like a transmission problem, or it's going to be like a $4,000 or $5,000 job, okay? So any major problem is going to be that is going to be expensive like that. So since I am intending to run this truck at its max capacity, which most people generally won't advise, but hey, I got the warranty, so you know what? That's on them. It's a $250 deductible for me every time it goes in for a warranty repair, right? But you know, like I said, I intend to run this truck, you know, to its max since they're making me pay what I paid for. So, I wanted the 150,000 mile warranty, right? And I also wanted the gap insurance. The gap insurance is basically once you drive this truck off the lot, it immediately depreciates. So if you get into an accident where the truck is totaled, okay, the insurance company is going to pay you for the value, for the book value of the truck after, which is going to be basically, it's going to be less than the amount of money that you owe to the car company. Okay, so the gap insurance covers that difference, right? Because otherwise you're going to end up paying out of pocket even after the insurance is not going to fully cover the truck, right? If it gets totaled like the next day, not going to fully cover it. So that difference, right, between the book value and what you owe the insurance company, the gap insurance covers it, and it ends up not being that much. I think the extended warranty I think came out to something like $20 per month, and the gap insurance came out to like another $3 per month. And I did want to finance this because I'm financing this for tax reasons, right? Because for me, this is a business expense that is deductible through my business, right? And one of the things that I do is from that I exclude 1% for personal use. Okay, so there's a 1% personal use exclusion. I want to get that in there so that if later on the IRS can't come back to me and question that. Okay, so I've done a separate video on that. But for me, especially since this is a tax deductible expense, I wanna finance it, spread it out over a long period of time. You know. So anyway, so here's the thing. When all was said and done, right? Remember, the sticker price on this was $38,000. Okay. Now my payment, and I told them I don't want to put any money down. Okay. So my credit score is like near the top. So you know, I knew I was gonna get their best interest rate, whatever it is. Don't believe any of that, right? Don't get into comparing the interest rates of one company to the other company. Means nothing. Okay. All you want to know is what your monthly payment on this is. So for me, right, with the warranty that I added and with the gap insurance, it comes out to $710 per month. All right, over 72 months, 6 years. So times 72. Okay, right. So the number is basically 51,120. Okay, let's say 51,000. So that's what I'm going to be paying for this truck over 6 years. 51,620. If I had put a down payment, obviously my monthlies would have been less. Okay, so let's say this number came out. Let's say I had put that down. Let's say I had put down like, I don't know, $6,000 down payment, right? This calculation may have come up to, let's say, 40,000, and then I would have added that, or whatever, 45,000. I would have added that down payment to that number to come up with the real number. Okay, so whatever your monthly payments are, plus your down payment, okay, is what the value of the truck is. That's what it's going to cost you, right? So again, in my case, it's 710 times 72 months, 51,000. So if I want to go from dealer to dealer and compare, okay, I don't care what interest rate they're quoting me, okay? I don't care if one dealer is telling me that they're going to take this expense out or do this for me or do that for me, or, you know, the bottom line is, what am I going to pay when all is said and done? And in this case, it's spread out over 72 months. That is the only number that you're interested in. That's the only real number that you're able to compare, you know, where you can compare, let's say, one truck to another truck or whatever you're buying, okay? You want to basically total up your total payments and only look at that number, and don't let anything else confuse you. Now, as you're going from one company to the next, and you're getting these numbers, you might be, well, this one's more, but maybe this has these added features that I need, or whatever. But that's separate. You know, you want to basically get the number, right? Get the total amount of the payment, the total amount that you're going to pay for this thing, right? And then you can compare that from one company to the next, and then you can separately consider, right? Is the truck worth it, right? Or, you know, are you better off paying are you better off with the other company's price because you're getting this, that, or the other thing, or because it's cheaper but you're giving up this, that, and the other thing? The way it usually ends up working is, trucks in the same class tend to have a very similar price, okay? And the cost of those trucks from a manufacturer's point of view is going to be the same. So if there's a price difference, right, because generally speaking, in order to bring the price down, they had to take something out of the truck, or if they wanted to add something to the truck, that's going to push the price up, okay? So that's kind of the way to look at it. This truck over here has a whole bunch of electronics that I really don't need or care for, but it's there. I'm probably paying a lot extra for that. The reason why I went with the 2022 Tacoma is because of the great experience I had with my 2012 Tacoma, right? I bought that brand new 2012. I had that for 10 years. That was a great truck. And because I had such a great experience with that, that had an added value that made me go back to Euro. However, at this point, I am kind of, because remember, I had, for the 2012 Tacoma, I had paid $20,000 for that. This, and that was a cash price. I just paid that out all out at once. This one is costing me, whatever, the $51,000. I'm now kind of second guessing myself. Maybe I should have looked at the Ford Ranger a little bit more. Okay, so anyway, that's where I'm at with that. What I also want to do is I want to talk to you guys about the interest for a second. Let me pause the camera. I'm going to take you to a different piece of machinery. Hold on. Okay, so this is a 38 horsepower Kubota tractor that I bought last year new. Okay, so this is a 2021. So the interesting thing with Kubota is that they always say 0% financing, right? Same deal with this. I'm financing this over 84 months, which was their max. So over 84 months, I'm paying 405, right? 405 times, we said 84 months. All right, so it comes out to about $34,000 brand new for this. Okay, so 0% financing. Again, from my perspective, I only looked at what am I actually paying for this thing, right? I don't concern myself with whether one company is charging me at 0% or another company is charging me 5%. I just want to look at the total number. And here's the thing: when this company here says 0% financing, that is BS. There's no such thing as 0% financing. The interest is already rolled up into the into the cost of the tractor, right? So they are charging you for it. It's already in there. There's no such, you can never ever borrow money for free, okay? So it's just a question of how it's presented to you, okay? So if you've got this company here offering you 0% financing, and then you've got another company saying, giving you a different price with 5% financing, don't concern yourself with the 0% of this one and the 5% of that one. Just total up your monthly payment times the number of months, and then add to that any down payment that you're making. That's the only number you want to look at. Okay, it doesn't matter. The percent financing is just a marketing scheme. Okay, it's just a marketing scheme, and I can tell you guys this absolutely true as an accountant. Okay, for those of you that are new to my channel, my last position that I had was a chief financial officer. That was about more than 10 years ago at this point. So I basically did accounting for many years. And so from the perspective of an accountant, okay, if I'm working for a company, right, and we're offering 0% financing, right, or if we're charging a 5% interest rate or a 10% interest rate, okay, if we do certified financial statements, okay, on the financial statements, if the company, for example, says 0% financing, we cannot reflect that on the financial statements because that is false and that would be deceptive. Okay, so on the financial statements, we actually have to break out the real interest and then the real selling price, and that's how we have to present it on a financial statement. So just because this thing is sold at 0% or marketed as 0% financing, right, you know, on the financial statements, what I would have to do, right, if I was doing the financial statements for this company, is I would have to reduce the sales price for this and basically record the interest at the market rate. So interest is always reported at the market rate on a company's financial statements. The reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I just want you guys to understand, in the business world, okay, it is generally acknowledged and widely known that there's only one interest rate, the market interest rate. That's the only interest rate. Everything else is just marketing BS, okay? So that's why I'm telling you guys, when you go to purchase whatever, a boat, a motorcycle, a car, a tractor, a truck, with anything, right? The only thing you're going to concern yourself with is either the total out-the-door price if you're paying cash, or the total monthly payment times the number of months plus any down payment that you're making. And now you have a real number where you can go from one company to the other company and see what you're actually paying for this thing that you're buying. Okay, so hope this video was useful for you guys. You're not a member of my channel, subscribe. I'll talk to y'all soon.